Hi, Rick.
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi. Well, hello. Hi, Rick. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello.
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 Hi, baby.
Hi, baby. Hello. Hi, Rick. What are you doing? Oh, look at the naughty kawatis, Rick. Look at the naughty kawatis. Look at those crazy things. And here are the Patagonian Maras. Got Timothy and Topanga. And they love their romaine. Hi, baby. Got Ricky in the back talking. I love that one. She goes, hi, Rick, 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 Rick. Hello. They've also got green beans, some spring mix, a banana, and then all their pellets. Hello. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? Just imagine that out of like a line of a sexy movie. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? Just cracks me up. And here is Yue, one of our foxes, with Clover Peen in the background. That's nice. But yeah, she's one of our red foxes in here, even though she's clearly not red. So there's Kira. Whoop, there she is. She's the closest to red of a red fox that we have. And then, of course, we have Hazel over there climbing the walls, being crazy, and Chippo waiting. We'll feed them next. But I do like to, look at her go. I do like to remind people why we have these foxes. So they are red foxes. Obviously not red because they are bred in captivity to produce different colors. And these are recessive traits that are done by breeding brothers and sisters and offspring back to their parents, and just tons of inbreeding to isolate these recessive traits, which obviously has very bad effects on the animals. And this is all done because these animals came from a fur farm in Iowa. Fur farms are still a legal thing in the United States, very sadly, and they're kept in little tiny, like 3x3 wire mesh bottom cages where they never even touched dirt before they got out. It's horrific animal abuse conditions that are legal because it is labeled as agriculture. So it's just super horrific stuff, guys. So do not support fur farms. Never buy real fur. And here's Hazel eating her food. There you go, Hazel. And then we have Shippo up there. And then we have all Shippo's fur all over the log. How you doing, Hazel? And here is Little Dude, the African crested porcupine. So he's chowing down there on some cantaloupe. He's got cantaloupe, sweet potato, peppers, blueberries, butternut squash, corn, green beans, his leaf eater biscuit, rodent blocks. Lots of good stuff for him. What are you doing, dude? You a happy boy? There you go, dude. And there's almost all the finches together. That's most of them. You can see the red-headed parrot finches, zebra finches. In the back, you got a double-barred owl finch. There's just one of the blue-headed parrot finches. There's one of the spice finches. You can bear it. There it goes. That's almost everybody. Hello! Oh, look at Chloe go. Oh, she's dancing. She's strutting. Chloe, Chloe, Chloe. Look at that happy bird. Look at that happy girl. You strutting? What you doing, Chloe? Everybody's screaming now. Why are you screaming? There's Cupid. There's Olaf. There's Azula down there. And then we got Bluebird on her perch down over there. And then we've got Suki. Hello. Hello. Oh, hi. Oh, you can't eat my finger. No, look at her. She's doing a little baby bird thing. No, you can't eat my finger. I know. Fairy dog time. Oh, look at these little cuties. Here, you want this? Here's Cheeky, the shy one. Here's Coco, the conqueror. She's been pretty chill lately. And then there's Poppy. He's a lover, not a fighter. And then Ricky's in the golf cart. Hi. What a pretty girl you are, Rick. Yeah, a lot of people are confused with Rick's name. Well, Ricky came with the name Ricky, but Ricky is a girl. So with the name Ricky, everybody assumes Ricky's a boy, but no. And that's why Ricky says, what a pretty girl you are. Are you mocking my whistle? I don't know how to do a proper whistle, so my whistle sucks. And so she has learned to mimic my whistle. Mimic or mock, not sure. Hi, Jelly Bean. Oh, you got a kiwi. And he threw it right on the ground. Okay, well, now you got a blueberry. Yeah, that's what you really wanted. Oh, there he goes. What's up, Bean? Why are you doing your alarm call, huh? Who are you yelling at? What do you think, Bean? You want more? No? He's all worked up. Oh, what was that? I think that was an acorn. You don't gotta freak out. He's gotta tell everybody. There you go. Another blueberry. Now in the small parrot aviary, here's some of the budgies enjoying some salad. Got a bunch of them over here, grabbing seeds. Rick. Got the cockatiels in the little spot of shade over there. That one's stretching. Okay, pigs. You all sit. You best sit. There you go. Petunia. You gotta chill. Look at all this slobber on me now. Let me go, Daisy. You ready? Or no, you're still chewing. Nope, still chewing. You want more? Yeah. The war pig. Oh, now you want more. Little pigs are all over there scrounging. Hi, Kit Kat. And you sit. What do you think, Daisy? Here are the little piggies. Oh, hi, Wilbur. How we doing, guys? Your big Amy here. So here's one of our Aldabra tortoises who likes to sit in the bowl to eat it. If you guys have watched before, that is definitely a thing for tortoises. Climb right in the middle, sit on it, make it all dirty, probably poop in it, and then eat everything. Now the Aldabra tortoise is the second largest tortoise species in the world. They're really, really cool. This is, of course, a baby. I like their habitats out here, though. This is the new habitat, by the way. Pretty cool. And here is Rocket, the leopard tortoise. Unfortunately, she has a very deformed and disfigured shell. Keep in mind the tortoise's shell is literally the rib cage. It is a part of the body. Tortoises cannot come out of their shell, and the spine is right up against the back, so her spine would be going through right there, and you can see it would be all bent and messed up, and that is due to improper captive care, unfortunately. Poor girl. Now, even though she's here with us now, that is not something that will change, you know. Over the years it might become a little bit better, but she'll never be normal. Hi. And these are some of the young redfoot tortoises we have, some of the little juveniles. So these two were both surrendered over to the sanctuary at the same time. And this is one of our baby Galapagos tortoises, and Galapagos are the largest tortoise species in the world, of course, as a baby. And we got another baby, a Russian, and look, a magical appearance of a leopard tortoise. Thanks to Aaron. And here are some of the adult redfoot tortoises. They've got a great feast. These are just the first two to make it to the food. We have, what do we got? 8 tortoises in here total, I think. So, only other guys are gonna come trucking. All right, now we got almost everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got one more left. But so those are all redfoot tortoises, and then we have the yellowfoot tortoise here, and then we have the Burmese mountain tortoise right there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You rolling? Oh. So guys, we have some very sad news. We already made a post about it. This is actually the day after. I'll put this in the vlog from yesterday, although we're filming this the day after because I didn't really want to talk about it the day that we made the decision, you know. But I did already make a post about it, but just to kind of go over it in video form, we did make the decision to put Gaston to sleep. So this is something that we have talked about from the beginning as a possibility. You know, we all knew it was a possibility, and we've been trying everything that we can to exploratory surgeries in our living room later, having him have a basically like a colostomy bag opening. I mean, we've done every kind of testing that could be done. We've done everything that we can possibly think of doing, and we do not understand. Nobody does. Nobody knows what is causing this bloating issue or how to fix it or alleviate it. Nobody knows.
And every single alligator has died that has been diagnosed, or there's not even a diagnosis.
Yeah.
Every gator that has exhibited these symptoms have died, and Gaston was the only one that was holding on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fair to him anymore, and that was a decision. You know, we had Kim come, and you know, she was trying to do fluids with him every day, and
Yeah.
some days he wanted to eat and some days he didn't want to eat, and it was just very up and down. And we had her do an endoscopy, and she said just the whole inside of everything just looked rough and concerning. So, you know, this was a decision made by me, Chris, Kim, and Dr. Kushner. So it's not like we just obviously decided one day. So it just wasn't fair to him anymore. And if the end result is the same, why let him suffer another month or another 2 months?
Well, it's really once he started to not want food and really show more of a decline that we're like, okay, it's probably time.
It's not even like we had a diagnosis. Like with Dino, you guys saw from the beginning, like it could go either way. But then once we had a diagnosis, we're like, we can treat this. We don't know why these alligators are bloating. We don't know why they're getting fecaliths. I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
Obviously, it is very sad. Yeah, it just sucks all the way around, guys. You know, we don't know what's causing this whole thing, like we keep on saying, and that just makes it worse, you know. But his, you know, put to sleep, and then his body will be used for furthering research on this topic. Hopefully we can get some answers at some point, you know, but again, we really know what's going on. It's just a sad situation all the way around. It's not easy for us, you know. We've had him for a year. It showed up on my thing today of a year ago.
That we just got him in, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one thing pop up today, so it's like around a year, you know.
So we gave him an extra year, you know. We try to make him as comfortable as possible, but
Yeah. This is you know, the worst part of doing the whole sanctuary thing of this job. You know, people always ask, like, people ask that all the time, what's the worst part of, you know, running an animal sanctuary? And they're expecting it to be like, oh, you know, being attacked by alligators and, you know, like stuff like that. No, it's having sick animals come in and feeling helpless and not knowing what to do to help them and trying everything you can, then they still don't make it. You know, that's the worst part. And it's just like, man, we've done every single thing we can think of, and just sucks. So yeah, I already made the post as like an image post, you know, so a lot of you guys already know this. But I did want to talk about it a little bit in a video too, and just kind of go through everything so people understand, you know, where we're at, what's going on, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, rest in peace. And then some of you might have seen, I did post one of the comments. So we made the post about it yesterday, announcing everything. And then one of the comments I got was somebody saying like, oh, you just decided to do that to save space. And like somebody made a really, really awful, horrible comment. And, you know, we get those every day. We get tons of horrible comments. But the day that we decide to put him to sleep and then somebody says something like that, normally I ignore these kind of things, but I was like, not today. I'm already plenty upset, you know. So I did share that one because, bro, that guy deserves all the hate he gets for it, you know.
I mean, that's just a loser living in his mother's basement.
I cannot understand somebody that would say that to someone, especially if you ever had to put an animal to sleep. It's just.
And I don't believe in my heart that they actually think that. I just think that they, you know, are miserable.
Being a hater or whatever.
Why would we go through all that effort and spend thousands of dollars and all these surgeries and
all for nothing?
Right.
You know,
we would have done this a year ago. Like, and it's never a space issue.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to get at is like, one of the ways I try to look at negative comments is like, if one person says it, it means other people are also thinking it. You know, like anytime there's any kind of comment like that, it's like, if one person says it, that means there's probably at least 10 people thinking it that didn't say it. So just so we address that just in case, we can bang out another temporary enclosure. We can bang out another 20 of them. We got 40 acres. We do not have space issues here. We have issues of trying to build large habitats at the standards that we have, which are some of the highest standards of crocodilian care in the world, are our standards. And we want everyone to have a very large enclosure like Big Mac and Dino and Aquila, and we're going to do that. Right now though, you know, we have so many crocs inside of temporaries, and so that's why this guy was like, oh, you just want to make space in another one of your temporaries for another crocodile. It's like, no, we don't. We'll just build another one. It's not, you know, like we could just
we could build 100 of
we could build 100 of those things, you know. So it's nothing to do with space or anything like that, just in case anybody other than this a-hole was thinking that, you know. We do not want to make more temporaries. We want to make more large, beautiful, permanent enclosures, you know, and that's what we're going to do. And along those lines, today we just went ahead and dropped the dime on more concrete canvas, so we're getting quite a few more rolls of that. That was over a $14,000 purchase that we made today. And so that'll go towards building large permanent enclosures, again, like we were just saying. So yeah, if anybody wants to make a donation, that's a ton of money. You know, thankfully we do have some really awesome supporters, donors. We have somebody who said they don't want to be named, who made a very large contribution that's going towards covering a good amount of that cost, but it's still an incredibly expensive cost. So if anybody else, you know, if you do want to make a donation, you could say you make it in Gaston's honor for permanent housing for more animals. We are, you know, we just did that purchase today. You know, so we're going to be doing a lot more fundraising. That's just for the concrete canvas, over $14,000. We still have to pay for the labor of putting everything together, and then we also have to pay for the fencing, all that material, and then the labor again for putting all that together too.
And this should give us hopefully
at least two
sized
yeah
habitats for like medium-sized crocodilians. Like
yeah.
I would say like Angelus is like medium size, you know.
Yeah. So it will definitely cover at least two. We'll see. We gotta do some math and try to figure it out. But trying to see if I could do three. You know, and so like, it's just FYI, the process is like, I'm putting in ChatGPT. I'm like, if I have a roll that is this many feet across and this many, it's 6.2 feet wide and 182 feet, 82 feet long. If any geniuses out there want to help me out on this, 6.2 feet wide, 82 feet long. So it's right around 500 square feet per roll, per half roll. That's what these are. And I got 6 of them. And I want to make a decently sized pond. On these ones, we're not going to go as deep as on the other ones. You know, the other ones are about 6 feet deep, and I did make those with the idea that I'm getting in those ponds. These next ones are going to be for the crocs that are in the temporaries, and most of those crocs are pretty gnarly. I don't have any plans at the moment of trying to actually fully swim with them, so we'll probably make these ponds about 4 feet deep. So we got any math wizards that want to help out? Help us figure out some dimensions on that.
That's also going to help us keep it warmer in the winter. I think the shallower it is, which, I mean, 4 feet is still like up to my waist.
Well, she says that because we're going to have fresh water continuously going in. Yeah, no, normally deeper would be better. But also, like, there's no point we're having the fresh water go in. So, like, again, the only reason we made those ones as deep as they are, it doesn't really matter to the crocodilians to have it that deep.
They're never even under the water every time. Every time they're either basking or just like on the edge.
Yeah, well, and just because people ask these kind of things as far as habitats go, you know, most alligators are, most of the time, never in anything deeper than 6 feet. Of course they are sometimes, you know, but most waterways in Florida are relatively shallow, especially where the gators like to hang out. And even in deep water areas, they don't utilize deep water. They do all of their hunting in shallow water. So, because people do say, you know, why don't you make them 20 feet deep? It's like, well, that offers zero benefit to the animal. You know, 20 versus 6 matters zero to the animal. It makes a huge difference in the budget. So just kind of make that make sense for people. Here's our chunk skunk. Hi, Asami. Oh, tell by the camera quality I should have brought the flashlight. I thought there was still enough light. Oh, she's chowing down. You got a leaf stuck in your fur. Let me get this. There you go. She's chowing down. It's a happy little skunk. She's got some almonds in there. Almonds, peppers, bananas, apples, freeze-dried raw, chicken hearts, some puffed rice, green beans, butternut squash, blueberries, banana. There's Ocala and Clover back there. Oh, these stinky foxes are ready. Look at them, they're so cute up on their platform. Oh, they're ready. There's Sierra. So they got a hard-boiled egg today. Surprised she's not all over that. And then we got Jet. Well, he's over there now. I put his food over here on the platform for him. You see Asami back there? He looks so awkward when he eats. Sierra's so much more dainty and cute. Okay guys, so we have the beaver pond drained down. We removed all the sod, brought down a bunch of dirt, and we're ready for trying to capture them. So put the food down in there, the lowered water, and the idea here is that they don't come out till like 3 a.m. So we're gonna go ahead and go inside and maybe try to get some sleep. I don't know if we're just gonna stay up for it or not, but come back out here, you know, middle of the night, and hopefully they are down in the water and getting their food down here. And since the sides are kind of steep, we're gonna try to catch them and try to use a net or something and get them into a carrier before they can get back inside of their little lodge hole right there, move them into their temporary enclosure, and then concrete the edges here. Or at least that's the plan. It is probably going to be a total chaotic disaster, but that's the plan. And here is Calusa the barred owl. Hi, you just waking up? How we doing? So she's our non-releasable barred owl that was hit by a car and suffered a permanent wing injury, so she cannot be let back out in the wild, unfortunately. And then she also has glaucoma and cataracts in that one eye right there, so we give her eye drops twice a day for that. Alright. She's so pretty. Love the pattern. Those big old talons. But yeah, I'll go ahead and leave her and have her food. And normally we end the vlog, but I'll probably pick it back up a little bit later when we go to try to catch the beavers.
Okay.
Okay, so it is now like after midnight at some point. We just caught Teddy. So we were able to slowly coax him, and he walked right in here. So let me go ahead and let him out. Here you go. It actually went really smooth. He just walked right in here. There you go. Go, buddy. There you go. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Water. See? You like the water. Yeah. There you go.
So, I know you guys haven't seen, immediately pooped. You guys haven't seen him for a few weeks, and like we said,
Neither have we.
it's only because he comes out at 3 a.m. Cool, so this is fully wired on the bottom, and then there's dirt over it, and then we have rocks, and then, you know, all this. They should not be able to escape this. And hopefully they're only in here for a week max.
Yeah, hopefully just a couple days.
We just got to get Bucky. If we get Bucky, it's okay, Teddy. We're going to get him some logs and some leaves right now.
Well, Teddy's the easier one. Like, Bucky comes out. We haven't even seen Teddy in I don't know how long. And as soon as,
You mean Bucky's the easier one? You said Teddy's the easier one.
Sorry. It's late. I'm speaking backwards. Whatever. We got the hard one. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that went so
Yeah. Well, we had the
That's
pond
so
already
lucky.
drained down, you know, and that, like, he was making a break for that hole. And the only reason we made it is because it was low enough.
Yep. Oh, poor guy. He's probably so scared.
Yeah. So this is just the temporary that we threw together.
Which is still regulatory size. So
Yeah.
they could legally spend their whole lives in this, which would be okay for them, but that's, you know.
I mean, that's not what we're going to do for him. But
Obviously, but
this is, it'll work for now, you know.
just for a week. So hopefully Buggy comes out. If not, that's going to be a pain.
Bucky will come out. Even if he doesn't come out tomorrow, he'll come out. I mean, tonight, he'll come out tomorrow.